All right, so let's see what I can get done in 10-15 minutes. Man, I got a lot of crap open. How many windows was that? Still not there. Wow. All right, so this is your 4-6 through 4-10 homework package. There's 60 questions, about 20 of them are ACT. Those I've already done at this point in time. I did them first because they would have been the hardest ones on here. All right, so this is going to be the lesson I teach y'all Tuesday. It's a pretty easy lesson. You add 4. Negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8. You counteract a square with a square root. You go, aha, that's imaginary. You go, but wait, there's more. The root of 8 is the root of 4 times 2, which is 2 root 2. So x is plus or minus 2i root 2. That's how hard that is. This one will be about the same difficulty. We'll subtract 4. We'll get a negative 48. We'll take the square root of both sides. That's going to be the imaginary root of 48. Will be plus or minus. 48 factors as 16 times 3. And the root of 16 is 4, so 4 root 3. So x is plus or minus 4i roots of 3. One of the two. Notice these are conjugates. This may not be apparent, but it's kind of something you guys should know. Plus 2i root 2 and negative 2i root 2 are conjugates. Imaginary answers always occur as a conjugate pair. All right, 3x to the 4th plus 16x squared plus 64 equals 0. It says you'll have 2 distinct repeated answers. This should be a perfect square. It takes an x squared and an x squared to create x to the 4th. It takes an 8 and an 8 to create a 64 and add to 16. They're both positive. So we're equal to 0. Use the cover-up technique here. X squared plus 8 is 0, and you only need to write it once because you wouldn't write it twice because, they're going to be the same answer. X squared is negative 8. If I just look up here, aha, I've already done all the hard work. X is either plus or minus 2i root 2. When I talk about these being distinct repeated answers, they have what's called a multiplicity. This has a multiplicity of 2, which means it happens twice. The negative 2i root 2 has a multiplicity of 2, which means it happens twice. That multiplicity is a big word for chapter 5, polynomials. Let's see, take away 4. 2 times an x minus 2 squared is now negative 36. Divide by 2, we get a negative 18. Counteract squaring by square rooting. X minus 2 is 18 is going to be 9 times 2, plus or minus 3i root 2. Add 2. I'm going to have 2 plus 3i root 2, or 2 minus 3i root 2. Sorry, my voice is monotone. I have graded tests all day, and it's just hard for me to have a lot of love and energy right now. I have graded all day, and I'm tired. So here I divided the 10 out. Next step would be to take square roots. It will be imaginary. The root of 44 is equivalent to the root of 4 times 10, which is 2 root 10. So x minus 7 is equal to 2i roots of 10. Add my 7. X is 7, plus or minus symbol. 7 plus 2i root 10, or x is 7 minus 2i root 10. This dude needs to be compared equal to 0. X to the 4th plus 6x squared minus 27 is nothing. It does say you're going to have 4 answers. There might be some repeated ones, I don't know. Takes an x squared and an x squared to create x to the 4th. Factors 27 that add to 6 are going to be 9 and 3. The 9 is going to have to be positive and the 3 to be negative because we want to add to a positive 6. So my two equations here are x squared plus 9 is 0 or x squared minus 3 is 0. I'll do this one first, it's easy. That's x squared is 3. Take the square root of both sides. X is plus or minus root 3. There's two answers of the 4. It's x to the 4th. This one is going to be my imaginary answers. X squared is negative 9. The square root of negative 9 is going to be plus or minus 3i. So 4 answers. Number 7. Number 7 is a lot like number 20 was on the test you just took. Take away 18. 7 times x minus 4 squared is a negative 28. Divide through by 7. X minus 4 squared is a negative 4. Take the square root to both sides. X minus 4 is plus or minus twice I. Add the 4. X is 4 plus 2i, or x is 4 minus 2i. Again, notice those are conjugates of each other. Number 8, we got some radicals. Big frickin' whoop. X is on one side, numbers on the other. That's all there is to it. Let's see here. So let's put the 4 on the left, because that makes that ugly radical positive. Now, how are you going to fix this? There's two ways of fixing this. One way is you could square both sides. The other way is you could divide through by the root of 8, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So anyways, this is what I have. X is 2 root 5 minus 4 over root 8. And a long, long time ago, somebody said you couldn't leave answers like that. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by the root of 8. When I go here, I'm going to have 2 root 40, which I'm going to have to play with, minus 4 root 8, which I'm going to play with as well, sitting over 8. I said I'm going to have to play with some things here. 2 root 40 is 2 root 4 times 10, which becomes 2 times 2 roots of 10, which is 4 root 10. All right? So that's 4 root 10. Take away 4 root 8 is 4 roots of 2 times 4, which is 4 times 2 times the root of 2, which is 8 root 2. I probably should have done this simplification in the beginning. 8 root 2, all sitting over 8. Now I can simplify if I want. All three pieces are divisible by 8. You could break this into two numbers if you wanted to, or you can leave it as a rational number. It doesn't really matter. But since all three pieces are divisible by 4, that's what I'm going to do. Root 10, take away 2 root 2 over 4. That's how I personally would write it. Completely factor and solve. So this is apparently a completely factor deal. Well, let's see what we can do with it. X squared and x squared creates x to the 4th. 36 is going to be what? 9 and 4 minus 9 minus 4. Quantity is still equal to 0. X squared minus 9 is x minus 3, x plus 3. X squared minus 2 is x minus 2, x plus 2. Still equal to a 0. So my zeros are positive 3, negative 3, positive 2, negative 2. And last one for this video, and then I'm taking my tired butt home. All three factors contain an x. Now I can continue to factor. To create that x to the 4th, I need an x squared and an x squared. Factors of 64 that add to 20 are probably going to be 4 and 16. Both negative because we have to add a negative 20. Fudge, that factors minus 2 plus 2. Also, this one factors plus 4 minus 4. Whole quantity equal to 0. So this guy says x is 0, x is 2, x is negative 2, x is negative 4, x is 4. And there is the front page of your homework. There's 5 points of your grade. you're like, it's so much work. I do it too, don't I?